Hi everybody, I'm Ranger Matt here at Huntington Beach State Park. We're standing in Adelia Castle right now. I'm going to take you guys through and show you what it's like to live a day in the life of a park ranger. Come on, let's go. Hey everybody, we're over here on the causeway at the park, and behind me is a rice trunk here, and we're going to be opening one of those. Standing on the rice trunk we have Ranger Adrian and Ranger Taylor. They're going to be helping me open this today. And if you don't know what a rice trunk is, is this, and they've been used for over like 300 years. And rice trunks are pretty simple. They are actually just basically gates that let water from one place to another. So what you're looking at over here is our freshwater pond here in the park, and behind us is actually the salt marsh where the ocean actually comes in. And so we use rice trunks here in the park to control the water level inside of our pond here. We have over 300 of species of birds that come through our park each year, and a lot of them are wading birds and shorebirds, and they migrate to different places, but they stop here in the park. So we control the water level here in the pond for different reasons. This time of year we actually lower the pond level so that different types of plants and vegetation can grow in the pond for the birds that are coming. And in the summer we actually let more water in to let fish into the pond for those migratory birds to eat. So today you're going to see us open our rice trunk here on the pond side and let water out of the pond. And like I said, in the summer we actually do the opposite and we let salt water into the pond. Y'all ready? So I'm pushing up on our door here, and Adrian and Taylor are putting pins in to keep the door where it is. Are y'all good?
Yep, pin in.
And as I lift it up, those pins are just keeping the rice trunk door in place.
There you go, good to go.
And we're going to raise it just one more time. So that should have opened our rice trunk just enough to let more water out. So now water is flowing from our pond to behind us here into the salt marsh. So that door you can't see from here, but it has actually swung open because of the water pressure from this side pushing that way. And so, like I said, in the summer we do actually the exact opposite of that, and we actually monitor the salt level of our pond. We use a refractometer and take water samples, and the rangers here actually every day have to look at that and make sure that our salt level is correct. And if it's not, we adjust that in whichever way we need to. So this is a really important part of what we do here. It's a big part of our wildlife management part of what we do here at the park. So this is our Sandpiper Pond Trail. We have a pond here in the park that runs basically along the beach, right on the back side of the dunes, which is really cool. The trail itself is a little over a mile long, and so today we're going to go out here and install some trail markers that will help people stay on the trail. So we're going to go ahead and put one of the trail markers in. These are the nails that we use here. And we're actually going to leave a little bit of space between the trail marker here and the head of the nail. And the reason for that is because the tree is going to continue to grow while this trail marker is in it. And if we leave a little bit of space, it's actually going to let the trail marker move out away from the tree as the bark grows. So like I said, we're leaving a little bit of space, which leaves the trail marker here loose. And one of the cool things, but would be unfortunate for us, is if we did hammer it all the way down into the tree will actually start growing around the trail marker and cover it up eventually, which would mean that we would have to come back out here and do it all over again. So we're actually causing less harm to the tree and saving work for ourselves later if we do it this way. Alright, so now that we've put up a few trail markers, we're going to head on down to the beach. We're going to do a beach patrol, head up to the north end towards our jetty. and we're just going to be patrolling, making sure that people don't have dogs up that way, things like that, following different kinds of rules, and we'll actually get to see a great view out from the jetty as well. Alright, so we were going to go up to the jetty and do a beach patrol, but sometimes things don't go as planned and we have vehicles that break down. So we're actually in the process of hooking up a tow wrap here, and we're going to take it back to the shop and see what's going on. So instead of going up to the jetty, we're actually going to go fill some potholes on our back road, and y'all are going to get to see how that works. Alright, y'all, we were going to go fill some potholes, but we got a call that someone's having issues with their electric box on their campsite. So we're going to take a quick look at that, see what needs to be done, and replace anything if it needs it. So the first thing I usually do is take our faceplate here off, our cover I mean. Makes it way easier to get into the wires and everything. And it makes a nice little plate for all of our bolts and screws. And so after I take off the cover, what I'm gonna do is grab my voltmeter here. They complained about their outlet right here that they're using, so we're gonna see if there's anything wrong with that. So we'll cut this on, plug up our voltmeter here, and we are getting 0. So something is not right. So the first thing I'm going to do to make sure that I'm working safely on this power pedestal is I'm actually going to head over to our main box, cut power to this site, and then check it again and make sure that everything's still at 0 before I work on anything. Alright, so I cut the power to the site. We're going to check one more time, make sure that we're not getting any power over here so that everything's good. I'll check this one as well, just to be sure. Should be good, nothing coming to it, so this box is safe for me to work on. The next thing I'm going to do is take off our cover here so I can get to the plug. So this is what the inside of the box looks like. Lots of wires, lots of cords, lots of everything going on, so it can be a little intimidating for us when we first start as Rangers and we don't have much experience with electrical work. But what I always like to think about it as is every wire that is in the current plug needs to go back in the same spot in the new plug that I'm putting in. So that's what I'm going to do. So we'll grab our new plug here. It actually, each of these plugs when we get them comes with wires already, but what you can do is if you take a look at the box and the wires that are connected, nothing's melted, nothing's hot, you know, nothing's damaged looking like it shouldn't be there. You can actually keep the wires in that are currently connected, and I can just reattach those wires to the new plug. So we're going to give that a shot, see if that works, and if it does, hopefully the site will be good to go. Wonderful. So now I'm going to go cut our power back on, and we're going to test the plug, make sure everything's good, and then they should be good to go. So I've been a park ranger for about 2 years almost, and I became a park ranger because I grew up, actually grew up in Tennessee, but my family on the weekends, we would always go to state parks and different museums and things like that, but especially state parks, and it really made me want to be able to provide that for other people. And so that's one of the big reasons I got into being in the Park Service and being a park ranger. I also have a big heart for helping people and serving people, and so this is a great way that I get to do that every day here at the park, on top of the fact that I get to be in a beautiful place every day. So but yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming along with me today, finding out what it's like to be a park ranger. You got to see that not everything goes to plan all the time, and sometimes there's some hiccups, but we're here and we're working hard, and we really enjoy having everybody come out to the parks and see us. So I hope you guys come out to Huntington Beach sometime.